Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the Associate Minister of Finance. Minister, generations of Ontarians have been well served by the Canada Pension Plan. However, for many of my constituents in Etobicoke Lakeshore and across the province, we know that a pension gap has emerged. Mr. Speaker, the time has come to close that pension gap, particularly for middle-income earners with no access to workplace pension plan. Last December, provincial finance ministers from across the country came together and called on the federal government to collaborate on moving forward with an enhancement to the CPP. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, the federal government has made it clear they're not willing to take action on this issue. As a result, the Ontario government has decided to move forward with a Made in Ontario retirement pension plan. Mr. Speaker, through you to the minister, can you please make it clear to this House why this government decided to move forward with an Ontario pension plan rather than waiting for the federal government to finally come to the table on CPP enhancement?
Associate Minister of Finance, responsible for pension.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the hardworking member from Etobicoke Lakeshore, who's already making such a difference in this legislature. Indeed, this is a serious gap. The fact of the matter is that the middle class is not saving enough for retirement. Our objective with the Ontario Retirement Pension Plan is to build Ontario up. We know that 2/3 of Ontarians don't have a workplace pension, and voluntary measures are simply not enough. CPP is not enough to survive on. The maximum benefit is $12,500. Economist David Dodge report shows that this is an economic imperative. The ORPP will allow for a predictable stream of income that future retirees can depend on when they need it most.
Hear, hear.
Enhancing the CPP is the preferred option, but the federal government has unilaterally blocked CPP enhancements. Mr. Speaker, Ontarians expect leadership, and we will lead the way with the Ontario Retirement Pension.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the Minister for a thoughtful and detailed response. I'm pleased to hear that Ontario is leading the way moving ahead with an Ontario retirement pension plan. I've spoken with many of my constituents who are genuinely concerned they will not be able to save enough for their retirement. Many of my elderly constituents are concerned about their grandchildren's future. And Mr. Speaker, I'm concerned about my daughter's generation's future. Youth in this province are more likely to be working for multiple employers throughout their lifetime, which can lead to a patchwork of workplace pension coverage, or no coverage at all. And Mr. Speaker, if they're lucky enough to be part of that 1/3 of Ontarians who do get access to a work-based pension plan, that might still not be enough. Mr. Speaker, that's why many of my constituents are concerned about the design and implementation of the ORPP, because they know that's the way it's built and implemented will also affect businesses. Mr. Speaker, through you to the Associate Minister of Finance, can you please explain to the House how the ORPP will affect businesses?
Thank you. Minister.
Thank you, Speaker. The ORPP is an enhancement to our economy, and it will support the 3 million Ontarians that live on CPP alone or whatever they're able to save. It's about ensuring everyone has a secure, stable retirement with a predictable stream of income. Our government will provide leadership on this. We will support Ontarians in saving through a new ORPP. We will consult widely with people, including business. We're listening to businesses' concerns. We've struck a technical advisory group that's providing input. We've sought the advice of former Prime Minister Paul Martin, and we have an implementation lead, Mr. Michael Norbrega, former CEO of OMERS. Mr. Speaker, we will introduce a plan in 2017 to coincide with a phase-down of EI premiums. And we will phase in the introduction, starting with the largest businesses first. Mr. Speaker, this is about leadership. This is about building Ontario up and providing for those in their retirement years.